Hey guys, Ashley here. So today I finally got around to recording how I give myself a blowout, how I blow dry my hair basically. The reason that I really wanted to do this video is because, I don't know if you guys know, but I am a licensed cosmetologist, and what I've noticed from doing people's hair in salons, my clients have always said to me after I'm done doing their hair, they always make some type of remark along the lines of, "Oh, I love my hair when I leave here, but the only problem is I can't get it to look like this on my own at home." That basically stems from the blow dry, and I don't know, I just think to myself, like, it sucks that people feel like they come to the salon and they get this new haircut and they love the way it looks when they leave, and they get home and if they wash it, they can't figure out how to style it the same way that I did it. So it's kind of like I can't be there to blow dry their hair every single day, and they're not enjoying the cut as to the max that they would like to enjoy it because they can't seem to figure out how to blow dry it the way that we do it in the salon. So basically I wanted to do this video to show you guys like what products I use to blow out my own hair, and I want to show you and sort of explain step by step the technique behind how to get your hair voluminous and styled so where that it doesn't look like you're just rough drying your hair. That way you're gonna get more similar to the type of look that you would get from leaving the salon. Pretty much it's a process of trial and error. You just have to practice and practice, and eventually you figure it out and you get to a point where you're so used to your own head and how you want your own hair that you practically don't even need a mirror because you can tell what you're doing just from feeling behind your head. So that being said, first I want to introduce you guys to what you're going to need to accomplish this. First, the obvious, you are going to need a blow dryer. Preferably if you could have a really good blow dryer, that makes a huge difference. Like if honestly, if you don't have a blow dryer that is powerful enough, it's gonna take you forever to do this, and it's gonna aggravate you even more that way. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you don't need to buy this one. This is the TGR Tempo XXP. I'm not saying that you need this one specifically, but think about it, if maybe that might be something that you really want to invest in, is a good blow dryer. You need a concentrator. I feel like most people get these attachments with their blow dryers and they might not even realize what they're for. So when you're doing, when you want a professional style blowout, you don't want to be blow drying with just this. This has a reason. There's a reason they give you this. This is called a concentrator, and they call it that for the obvious reason. It concentrates the airflow to come out differently as opposed to like a diffuser where it's going to diffuse the air, and this is just going to give you the basic air, and then this is going to concentrate the air to come out into this one specific direction. So what a concentrator is going to help do is for you to control the heat, and also a concentrator helps reduce frizz, and it's going to seal the cuticle of your hair strands so that your hair is going to be like shinier and silkier, less frizzy, and you're going to get a much better control out of using this attachment. So some butterfly clips. Obviously, sectioning your hair is super important if you want a professional salon quality blow dry. You can't just think that you're just going to wing through your hair the way that it is while it's down. You need to focus on your hair section by section, and clips are very important for that because you're going to be able to get certain parts of your hair out of the way so that you can focus on less hair at a time. So you definitely need some butterfly clips. Another very important thing you're going to need is a round brush. It's a nanothermic Olivia Garden. We have the name rubbed off here. I've had this for years. I love this brush. Now when I was in hair school, we learned the Frederick Fekkai way of blow drying, and I went to Jean Madeline and they're all about Aveda and about like keeping your hair healthy. So when we learned on wooden round brushes. This is a ceramic round brush. Yes, a wooden round brush is going to be healthier for your hair because it's not going to heat up the way that a ceramic brush would. So if that's something that you're concerned with, you could use a round wooden brush. But for me particularly, I prefer the ceramic now after working in salons over the years because the ceramic heats up. So I feel like you get more definition and control out of using a ceramic brush because it's going to embed that curl in there more because it is ceramic and it's going to heat up from the blow dryer. The other brush that I recommend that everyone has, whether you're blow drying your hair or not, you need this in your life. This is the wet brush. It's literally called the wet brush. As soon as I found one, I have not gone without one for years because you need something like this that is delicate, that is going to allow you to brush your hair while your hair is wet, that is not going to rip and break your hair because it's going to be more gentle working through it. When your hair is wet, the elasticity is a lot different because the moisture changes your elasticity in your hair. So that's when it's at its most delicate state. You want to make sure that you are using something that is meant to be used while your hair is wet, while you brush it out. That way you're not creating further breakage. So wet brush, definitely recommend. I think you can get this at Scally's for, they probably sell for like $8, I believe. You want to use products that are going to moisturize your hair. They're going to be kind of like a leave-in conditioner, also a heat protectant, but basically like when you're a little kid and you use detanglers, these are detanglers for adults pretty much. So you're going to want to apply these to your hair after it's been towel dried, and then you're going to go in with the wet brush and start from the bottom, work your way up and brush your hair. So this one just happens to be a leave-in conditioner from the drugstore. This is the Herbal Essence Bombshell Blowout Smooth Cream. Pretty much this is meant for blow drying, but it works like a detangler. You're going to put this in your hair. It's going to make it feel so much softer, easier for you to rake the brush through. This, I cannot live without. I've been using this for years faithfully. I know that it's pricey, but this is Moroccan Oil, the actual brand Moroccan Oil. And this is just like liquid gold in a bottle. It changes your hair. Like, this has treated the condition of my hair. This is actually a leave-in treatment. So this is going to coat your strands and smooth everything. And not only is it going to make it easier for you to brush your hair out, it's going to be treating your hair at the same time. You will notice a huge difference from using this. Every single person that I know that I have told to try this, they're obsessed with it now and they need it in their life. So Moroccan Oil, this is my favorite. Another like add-on thing that I use in this tutorial, this is the Awapui Wild Ginger Hydro Mist Blowout Spray. This is just a spray that you're going to spritz on like your root area. Basically, blowout sprays like create more grip so that you can really get in there with the brush. The brush is going to grip your hair better. That way you can like lift and get more volume from your blowout. Also, blowout sprays are like add for smoothing, and they kind of like expand sort of your cuticle so that you're getting more volume that way. So that's the point of using a blowout spray. If you have very, very fine, thin hair, I don't particularly recommend this one because I feel that hair type, this can get a little bit greasy. Somebody with that type of hair, you might want to go for like a very lightweight, voluminous mousse, because I feel like that would make your hair less greasy than something like this would. Okay guys, so now we are going to discuss technique. So as you can see here, I'm just sectioning off and getting ready for the first area that we're going to be blow drying. So you just want to clip that up, and that first bottom section is going to be below the ears. It's going to be the nape. So now I am rolling the hair onto the ceramic brush. Honestly, it seems to be easier this way if you physically place the hair onto the brush with your hands and get everything situated before you start running the blow dryer when you're doing it to yourself, because it can be very difficult to try to roll the brush around the hair on your own the way that you would see a stylist do it when you're at the salon. and I'm just repeating that again on this side. As you can see also, I did not run my fingers through the hair after I remove the brush. You want to leave that there so that the hair can cool while it takes in that shape that you created with the brush. At the very end, we're going to run our fingers through, so you want to just get that shape in there to begin with. So it's very important to do it that way. You want the hair to cool while it's in shape so that it can actually take that shape. And here you can just see that I am somewhat rolling the brush with my fingers as I go. That part can get a little difficult. You will honestly pick that up with practice. And here I am starting my second section. So you can see that I am starting this one from the temples, and you just want to travel back. You don't want to take too much hair at a time, so it's very important to work in sections this way. So you're essentially going to do the same thing. As you can see, I am literally placing the hair onto the brush and rolling it up so that I can have that control. Since I'm doing it myself, I can't really work as easily as I would if I was doing it on somebody else. So it helps when you lay the hair around the brush first, roll it up, and then hit it with the heat. And if you get at any point where you kind of lose a piece of hair, you can stop and replace the hair around the brush again. Doing it this way is going to help you avoid getting the hair tangled up around the brush. You don't want to end up with the brush stuck in your hair. So be patient and take your time. Don't worry if you have to stop in the middle of a section and re-ravel your hair around the brush. It's going to help you in the long run so that you don't get your hair tangled up while you're doing this technique. At this point, we are moving on to the second to the last section. And as you can see here, this top area, I'm going to clip that off. And when you're going in and doing this, blow drying your hair, to get the most volume, it's all about over direction. So when you have that section, you can notice that I am always lifting the hair up as opposed to down. You want to roll the hair while it's up because that's what's going to get you that lift in there. And that's very important in order to create that volume, because you're essentially using the brush almost like a curling iron, but it's going to be softer than if you were to use a curling iron because you're using the blow dryer as opposed to a hot ceramic iron. But essentially it's the same idea. So you want to lift the hair to create the volume and then create that shape, that bend around the brush by rolling the brush around and using the heat. And you just want to keep on moving on section by section and do the same technique. That top section that you can see that's up in the clip is going to be the most important part you want to focus on. So I always like to brush it out first so that we can smooth the area. And as you can see, I'm going to work with that crown section there first. You want the most volume in the crown area of your hair. So again, you're going to over direct. So that's why I'm pulling it forward. That over direction is what's going to create that volume for you. So you're pulling it forward even though in the future the hair is going to lay back. You want to yank the hair into the opposite direction that it's going to lay. That's what's going to give you that volume. So you're going to go ahead in and follow the same technique that we've been doing. You're just going to roll the hair around the brush and work your way through. Placing the blow dryer close to the brush is going to help you guide alongside. And just another add-on tip, I like to do my blow dries when I'm doing them to myself. I like to do them while I'm sitting down. I just find that it's easier and I can prop myself in a position where my arms don't hurt as much because this does get tiring. And you're just going to do the same for all of these sections up top. And this is really the main focus because these are the layers that are going to lay over top. So you want to make sure that you're getting the most volume in this area and that you're definitely smoothing and creating a nice shape because that's what's going to lay and you're going to see all this area that's going to be visible. After you finish these sections up top, you're going to have your very last section in the front, which is going to be your bang fringe area, and that you're going to do slightly different. So when we get to that point, It's going to differ based off of whether you wear a side bang or if you part your hair down the middle. To start, you're gonna roll it back the same way that you would normally, but for me, I part down the center. So as you can see, I'm then separating it and I'm dragging them back. Dragging them back is going to give you that flowy fringe area. If you part your hair to the side, you'll do the same, but in one direction as opposed to two. And that's it, guys. So I hope that this was helpful, and thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.